What's going on, guys? Welcome to the seventh official Blue Vanity artist interview. Today, here I'm joined with Callum. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? So, thank
Yeah,
you for having me, bro. I just want to start by saying that, I appreciate it. It's very, very nice of you to have me on, and it's a good opportunity.
yeah, man. Thanks for making time to come out too today. So just as an introduction to everyone, how old are you and where are you based out of?
Yeah, bro. So I'm 24. I'm based in the UK, in Liverpool in particular.
Oh, actually,
So your viewers, I know a lot of your viewers are like American, but I'm sure they know like the Beatles. The Beatles are from here, so fire. So yeah, man. Based in England, you can
uh,
tell the accent, and yeah, 24. I just turned 24, July 26th. So
I see.
yeah. What about yourself? How old are you?
I'm 23. I'm in Canada right now, like based near like
Fire.
Toronto.
Yeah.
But
What in Toronto?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. I don't know anything about Canada, but like I know like the music artists.
Yeah,
You're like Justin Bieber.
yeah, we have a pop and music artist, like especially too with like Toronto rap. We have a lot of like Toronto rap too. It's its own like genre with its own like accent type thing that they put on it. They try to
Yeah.
like differentiate that. Have you heard Toronto rap at all or no?
Nah, bro. I just know like the big ones. Like
Uh,
obviously, I
I
know Drake, Justin Bieber, all that. The ones everyone knows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, there's some like smaller ones too, like Houdini, like Northside Benji. Like there's
Yeah.
different guys too. They all have like different like Toronto accents. We have like our own like Toronto slang type too. I don't put that in my vocab just because I don't want to associate with that. But it's like like waistsuit or like different like
Where's you? They
yeah.
use you in London like that. You that was used there. You
That,
means like a young teenager, like a you.
oh, true. Yeah,
Like I don't use it. I'm not from London, so I wouldn't want to use it. But I've heard it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, 100%. Are you still recovering from the Euro Cup loss or what's going on there?
Ah, bro, don't even. Yeah, bro, that was so annoying. Did you watch the game? Did you actually watch it?
Yeah, I put money on Spain.
Bro, I'm out. Yeah, I'm that was so annoying because like we had like the ball cleared off the line. I think we had was it like an offside goal? Just but like they did deserve the win though. Like they were the better side. But I
Yeah.
was bitter, bro. I'm glad I didn't bet on that, but I betted on the UFC recently.
Uh-huh.
And bro, that was do you watch UFC?
The UFC, I watch it sometimes, yeah.
So bro, did you see Paddy? Obviously, I'm in Liverpool. Paddy's from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Bro, his last fight, right? I was so mad. I betted that he'd win by submission, right? Which
Uh-huh.
his fight, he won by submission.
Okay.
But I betted in rounds 2 or 3 because I was like, there's no way he's going to sub him in round one because
Yeah.
why would someone as experienced as Bobby Green do that in round one? Like,
Yeah.
shoot, he shot a double leg in round one. And then, like, I'm like, why is he shot a double leg against a black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? So, well, I
I-
was mad. So I would have won loads of money if he submitted him in round 2 or 3 because it was round
yeah.
one. I lost some money, bro.
That's tough. That did you stay up for that too?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That was crazy. I swear it was literally like 11 o'clock here, like at night. And that's
Yeah.
like what, like 4 or 5 a.m. for you guys?
Sure. And like, do you think they change it because it's a UK card? But they
Yeah.
didn't. But like, so
That
it was a bit weird. But
did you stay up for that too?
for
All
sure,
the-
I missed the main event. So I watched the Aspinall fight, Tom
yeah.
Aspinall, and then the Leon fight. I fell asleep, but apparently it wasn't that good. But yeah, bro, it was at
No,
like 6 a.m. It's crazy.
that didn't make sense to me. I didn't get what was going on there.
Yeah, it's still because the core viewer base, I guess, is American, right? It's big in the UK, but it is obviously originated in America. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sure.
100%. But when they go to Dubai, they make like a normal time. Like when they go
Yeah, bro.
Middle East, they make like a I don't know, they do like a 4 p.m. like here time. Like they alter it. They don't just I don't know.
For
I
sure,
guess
bro.
that one
It's
just didn't change. Uh
yeah, I
but
know.
I guess with relation to making music and stuff, because I know you are a musician,
Mhm.
how do you get inspiration with regards to that? Where do you find your
That's,
inspiration?
that's a good question, bro. A lot of things like for me, it's like stuff going on in my life. I guess it's like an outlet for me,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So it could be stuff going on in real life. Obviously, like certain type of music can inspire me to create, but I kind of get bursts where like I'll create loads at once.
Mm-hmm.
So like this EP I got coming out, I made it. I think I made it in like 2 months or something. But then like I'll get bursts where I don't want to create for a couple of months. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get like waves of it, but I can create because like my little studio, I got like a home studio and stuff. I can create like whenever I want. It's such a good tool to have, like
Mhm. Mhm.
sure,
And what do you use to make your music?
like software and stuff.
What kind of software?
Yeah, but so I use FL Studio. That's my main one. So
Okay.
I'm self-taught on that. So I usually have like a vocal preset, and then I've got like so I got these headphones, Shure microphone, which is really good, like company. These are like German headphones. I got a Focusrite, which is like a little box. It's like an audio interface
Hmm.
type thing. But yeah, bro, it's like a nice little setup, and then my MacBook. So
That's hard. That's
yeah,
hard. And I believe
yeah.
you brought up that you went to school for music.
Yeah, but in university,
Yeah.
I studied in university. I didn't even do music in high school because I didn't start making it till I was like 16. Started making music. So in the UK, we finished school at 16. Well, I know it's
Oh,
a bit
actually,
earlier. Yeah, I don't know if for Canada is it like 18 or something. I'm
yeah,
guessing
it's like
that.
18 now here.
Yeah, it's 16, and then you go to college for 2 years. So I did like film in college, like film
Uh-huh.
and media, and then I did music in university. But it was dope though, bro. It was cool to study like. So I learned like piano and stuff.
Hmm.
So
Did they teach
yeah,
like theory or what they teach?
a lot of it was like performance based. So they'd put you in groups, and then you'd like cover
Oh,
songs, and it was all performance. So, but I used to get like nervous performing. So I feel like if looking back, I would have done like a music production course instead. But
hmm.
like hindsight's,
Yeah,
hindsight, I guess. But it was
100%.
still a sick experience. I met some cool people.
Yeah, 100%. And I know for me, I went to school for math and business. So I guess for me too, I had to do like business presentations, stand in front of the class, talk for like 20
Yeah,
minutes and stuff.
that's
Uh,
awesome, though, bro. Like, there's so much you can use for that. Like, it's smart. It's
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. And you start seeing the world in a different type of way afterwards too, because then they like teach you like the more like basics to like businesses and stuff. And then I like
Yeah,
look around the world and I'm like, oh, like these guys like this business move made sense and this makes sense. Kind of start
yeah,
understanding things. But like I guess for me a lot of it was also theory, so I had to like learn stuff that I'm never gonna use any in my life. So
for
it
sure. Well,
was,
you never know that. That's the thing. You'll never know when you'll
yeah.
use it.
There's the because like my most recent math courses, I was doing like I was trying to like options on the stock market and like futures on the stock market. We were
Yeah,
driving formulas for those mathematically, and it's like a bunch
yeah,
of, like extremely hard derivatives, integrals, and like the stuff I was doing was just like I'm like even if I go into a setting, we have a Microsoft Excel that will just do this for us. It's like there's no
yeah.
point in building it, but uh, it's cool
It's
just to
just
put.
like so they know that you know the information, isn't it? I guess.
I guess
Like,
they
so,
know that you understand it. Like at a core
yeah,
value, you understand it. But
yeah,
yeah.
on a deeper level. But I know what you mean. It's like a lot of exams in general. Like a lot of it, it's just so they know you know the information, but it doesn't mean you'll apply that for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, 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 100%. You still expand your brain, you still learn something new, which
Yeah,
is because that helps with your brain overall like functioning too throughout the day. If you're just
yeah.
studying something for 4 months, you're constantly thinking. So
So what's like your? You don't mind me ask? Am I cool to ask questions too throughout like
yeah, what's good?
just a conversation? So what's like your aspirations with business? Because I was thinking then like, what are you going on with YouTube? Like you're doing well for yourself there. That can branch out into different sectors. Have you thought about that or is that
Doing what exactly?
like with your YouTube channel? Like in a sense, that can be like a product. Like it
Yeah.
could branch out. Like so there's a lot you can do there, merch and
Mhm.
stuff, artist interviews. Obviously, you got a lot of content about X, which we'll get into. We'll speak on that. But yeah,
100%.
bro. Like so, what are your plans really
What are
with
my
everything?
plans with that? So I just graduated. So most recently, I've been working on this YouTube channel for like 16 months now, or like probably like
Nice,
18,
bro.
19 months now.
You're
So it's,
doing really well considering like that's not long at all, and like you've got 20K subs, so
yeah,
that's
it's been going.
well done.
It's been a fun time. But really with that, I tried to put my full attention into my YouTube. I was kind of like it sounds super stupid to do, but I kind of just like negated everything in my life, and I'm like, I want to do YouTube, put my full vision on YouTube, like put all my attention, like throughout school too, for the last like few months. All my friends have been sending me test answers, sending me assignment answers, so I've been able to fully just dedicate like my time towards YouTube, and then after I finish the
Nice, bro.
video, I can go and just write down some answers, hand it in, and then go on with my life. So I
Yeah,
kind of tried to manifest it in a sense where I like put my full attention towards it, like everything that I do focused around it. Like I'm not going to the bars, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking weed. I'm literally just putting all my attention towards YouTube. So I kind of did that, but then outside of that in the past, before I even started my YouTube, I've had like
yeah,
corporate experience in like big companies here. Um,
yeah,
so like a pop and LinkedIn page, like a good resume. So it's like whichever route I want to take it, it's up to me now to decide that. Haven't made that decision, fully just building this too because it's fun to do, you know. It's fun to talk to
Yeah,
people like
for
you
sure.
and like build cool content that people don't know about. So,
Yeah, you know what's awesome as well? The more people you speak to, especially like from around the world, like
mhm.
I'm probably the first person from UK. I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for sure. So it's like you'll learn a lot because that can like what word am I looking for? But that can transfer to like different areas of like business and life. So even if you do corporate stuff, these type of interviews, like your social skills and stuff, will improve loads. So it all correlates. So
Everything's all correlated too. It's just in that thing, I know everybody wants to get like financial freedom. They want to just escape from everything. Like it's
yeah,
cool. It's cool to do that too. But it's like to do that, you also have to either one, like manipulate people extremely heavily to like take a lot of money from them, or you have to build something actually really useful. So it's like the two routes you want to take. Either way, you're using your mind and you're trying to build something. So
yeah,
you have to
sure,
continue growing. That's what really
definitely. Bro.
matters. With respect to growing though, do you read any books?
Yeah, bro. I do read quite a lot. Tend to. Obviously, I've been reading the Bible a lot recently.
Yeah.
But I kind of separate that in my mind, like from like regular books, obviously, because it's like completely different to me. But yeah, I
Mhm.
read that a lot. I read quite a few books. So I got 5 books that I could share if you wanted, like some book recommendations for the viewers.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Now, this is really, really interesting book. So it's called. Wait, I'm gonna show these as well. It's probably going to be flip the text, but it's
It's
called
good.
yeah. This one's called Everything That Makes Us Human
Yeah.
by J. Mahoman. So he is a children's brain surgeon. So he's like a pediatric neurosurgeon would be the term for it. So
Mhm.
I love this book and people should read this because it's like we spend so much time focusing on like celebrities, like, you know, artists, fashion, like entertainment world. But people like this guy are like real heroes in real life. Do you know what I mean? So it gives you like a good perspective on like the most important things. So, and obviously, like he's doing a job, like one of the hardest jobs you could ever do. So, yeah, it's a fire book though. Everything that makes us human. He's based in the UK,
Actually, sounds
Oxford.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's like a brain surgeon. So I was like, that's a cool book. So
Yeah.
then you'll know this book anyway, for sure. But the Master Key System.
Yeah.
So obviously, I got this because X recommended like his fans to get this. So I got this, but it's such a useful book and it's got so many like deep questions in,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like I flick to it every now and then because it just like makes you smart. Obviously, you got like the laws of the universe and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot you can learn through that one. A
Yeah,
lot of,
it's powerful book for sure.
especially when you first step into that field.
Another book is actually called Anatomy. So, have you ever seen the show Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that medical drama. That's my favorite show of all time. I
Actually.
love like, bro, I love like science and medicine. So like, bro, that just sparked like a passion for me to learn about like science and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So this is kind of for like, it says it's for artists and students, but like, I feel like anyone, because I was thinking like, as humans, especially like as adults, we
Mhm.
should try and spend time learning about like the human anatomy anyway, just because like it's what we are. You know what I mean? Like I love learning about the human brain and stuff,
Mhm.
especially like it's like the auditory cortex, which is like the part of the brain for music and stuff. I find that so interesting. So yeah, but like this is, I think everyone should learn about like how the human body works, different parts of the body and stuff.
Mhm.
It's very useful to us. So
100%.
it's cool. But you probably know you. I'm sure you know this guy is Jordan B. Peterson. I think he's
Yeah, yeah.
Canadian. Is he
Yeah, yeah.
Canadian?
You
Yeah,
taught
bro.
us UFC, yeah.
Yeah, 12 Rules of Life. So it's just like a self help book. It's not like spiritual in a sense, but like it's just solid, like solid rules. I know
It's a,
he's a little like controversial now, but he's like,
it happens, man. Is it a good read?
yeah, for sure, but like it's solid. Like it's just like yeah, good points and stuff for sure.
100%. Yeah.
The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I can't pronounce the name, but yeah, bro. It's a spiritual enlightenment book. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. It's quite popular.
That one's cool. That one's cool. I always see that everywhere.
Yeah, bro. So I recommend it. Like I'm sure viewers might have heard of it, but if you're not sure, it's based on like mindfulness and like living in the present moment and stuff, which is like with like spirituality, that's like a massive part to it, right? It's being present and mindful. So yeah,
100%.
there's just some books that I love. So
Yeah.
I'd
With
recommend anyone watching.
100%. With respect to the third book you showed, the anatomy one, is there anything that you've like learned in there about like frequencies and like admitting to like certain frequencies in your music to hit like certain parts of the brain, like similar to what X was talking about?
Bro, I wish. Hold up.
You
Sorry.
wish.
Um, something popped up. Bro, I wish that there was about frequency, but it's literally just about like the human body and parts of the brain and stuff.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
know exactly what you're talking about with like frequency programming and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I've looked into that, but I've not like applied it in my music.
Mhm.
But like I'm trying, like I understand, like I guess like all music though is frequency programming, I guess in a sense. So like you are like when like you're mixing music, it is like you experimenting with frequencies and stuff. So I suppose every musician, even if they're not tapped into that, they do it anyway, like subconsciously by just making music.
Yeah,
You feel me? So
yeah, yeah.
definitely though.
I know on my Discord the other day we were talking with ODB. He was I believe Jay. He was on this podcast too a few weeks
I
ago.
saw, yeah, cool
Yeah, he
episode.
was showing me a frequency book that basically tells you like the different frequencies, what they target in the brain and in the human body and stuff. I was gonna pick that book up at the store too. I think it's like 200 pages. I think it's just straight called Frequency. Um, but that book's really cool too. And also to weave off the frequencies, I've been thinking too recently with respect to like the frequencies and like the music. I feel like with like YouTube and stuff, or just in like content creation with like just videos on the internet, everything like has a
Yeah,
certain system to it, like what Mr. Beast does, that to like catch your
yeah,
attention,
yeah,
keep you. I feel like that frequency stuff, the same thing, except in that music sense there, where it like hits you, makes you feel a type of way. And it's like that same
yeah.
thing with the content creation, but I don't know,
You're
man.
right, bro. No, you're right because like videos, they have a way. I think it's like to try and keep viewers watching. After the first 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like something. It's like editing techniques. A lot of it's like to do with editing and stuff because
Hmm.
they don't want people to click off the video, right? They want people to watch it all.
Hmm.
So I think that's why YouTubers are so loud in the intros and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but it's with music. Like a lot of music now, they have like a chorus quite early on into the track and stuff. Like
Yeah.
like a lot, and people are making music now specifically for like algorithms. And it's the same with YouTube. Like it's based on algorithms, I guess. So there is a
Hmm.
correlation there for sure.
Hmm.
Definitely. People like have found an algorithm for success with music, like the music industry, the same way YouTubers have, like
Hmm.
Mr. Beast.
Hmm.
So
Do you like study music like that in order to implement it in your own music?
I try to, yeah, I try to definitely.
Hmm.
Um, I just kind of study what works. Like I listen to stuff and then like I'll see. I base a lot of on like my opinions on emotion, like how music makes me feel. Because I feel the more you break music down, the more you realize it is just based on like human emotion and stuff. Like
Hmm.
like to put music in its simplest form, it's just about emotion. Like even stuff about like lyrics and stuff can still make people feel, for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, I try and like I do study a lot of music, like a lot of music production. I try and like implement like something I like that I think that's dope on my own track and stuff.
Just to weave fully off music, I just want to ask this one question still when we were talking about the books and stuff. After like the 24 years that you've lived in your life, what do you view as the purpose of life?
Oh, that's a deep, deep question. The purpose to life itself, probably to just love each other, bro. Like that's such a like stereotypical answer, but yeah, bro, love and creation as well. I think creating's everything because like, creating your life, you're not leaving anything behind, right?
Mhm.
And you can obviously apply that to like people who have children, like
Mhm.
creating like a child. So yeah, bro, like creation is like a massive purpose to life, and
Mhm.
then just trying to live good by God, I guess. For me, obviously, like that would be my answer. But if you ask someone who's not religious, but for
Mhm.
me, like everything can link to that, I guess.
I see. I got you.
Yeah, creation and then loving each other, and then like they're the most important things for sure. Yeah,
100%. Definitely are. Especially just like growing yourself too, and then creating like
yeah,
a version of you every single day when you wake up, like building your own
yeah,
life how you want it, and everyone else building it in the same sense of growing together too.
yeah. That's why, like, I always say the people surrounding you have to like align with your own visions for yourself as well.
Hmm.
And you also, ideally, the same sense, you should be doing that for them as well. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
so
Even through my
sure.
own life, just growing up, seeing like the people that I surrounded myself with, because I went to college in another city, so I like moved away from all like my high school friends, and it's like seeing that the closest people to me in high school really brought me down. And when I moved out into my own
Mm.
place, I was able to like get away from like, like partying, drinking, like nicotine, just
Yeah,
fully
bro.
getting away from that, building your own version of yourself. Because like they
That's so
normalize
important.
it stuff. What's up?
That's so important to do. Like, and you don't realize until you get like, because you moved out, you would have got your own independence, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you realize, like that independence allows you to see things, and you
Hmm.
realize what's healthy for you. Because with all partying and drinking and drugs and stuff, like you'll realize like there's no end result to that besides bad things, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
you realize that early on. I think people know that anyway, but the reason they still do it is either like they're young and they're just trying to have fun, of course, but
Yeah.
also as a way to deal with problems because they've not yet discovered a healthier way to deal with it.
100%, 100%. And it's pushed to you too everywhere, like even on like Snapchat and stuff, being younger, and that was the cool thing to do. And even on like in like movies and on YouTube, it's kind of
Yeah,
just
bro.
pushed to you subconsciously into your mind to think that's what you're supposed to do in some senses. A lot of people don't do it, but uh at that first stance, sometimes it's
It
like,
is. Bro. And when you're young, you don't even think about that. You just do it. Like you just do what you see. You're not like
"Hmm,
when you're like a teenager, you just do it. You just think, oh, whatever. But
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
honestly,
but that's part of growing up, though. I guess you just it's like that for all of us. So.
100%. To switch topics a little bit and just reach into the topic of X, when did you first hear about X?
So it would have been after we got out of jail in 2017. So
Okay.
in fact, no, someone I knew this guy was like a skater called Morgan. I went to college with, and he used "Look at Me" on like a skating video, which makes sense. So that's how I discovered X's music, but I didn't know who it was.
Mhm.
But I discovered X myself when he did that interview talking about Drake. You know when he called out Drake and
Yeah,
he had
yeah,
the half on hair. That interview is amazing. Like I just watched it because like his name was so compelling and
yeah.
like his appearance. So I was like, this who is this like artist, bro? And then like, bro, literally, I remember him speaking about like such important things I never heard of in that interview. Like, I think he went on about the laws of the universe and stuff on that radio interview. And the
Mhm.
way he did that on a radio interview as well, like artists wouldn't even like do that. You know what I mean? It's not. And I think that's what drew my attention to him because like he was so genuine. Like you could tell he wasn't like media trained and he just kind of spoke what was on his mind. So and his music was like that. So
100%. I also wanted to ask, just because I saw your photos on Instagram and stuff, and I do see like the tattoo on your face and the
yeah,
tattoo on
bro.
your hands.
Cool.
Are those inspired by him?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Inspired by a few people. Obviously, it's kind of inspired by like Pete, the little star,
Okay.
and yeah, bro. So people say I look like Sean O'Malley sometimes, the fighter, but and I hear stuff, but yeah, man, it's pretty fire. But yeah, definitely inspired by him and some other people too. But yeah, I
Yeah.
love tattoos.
I
Yeah,
think it's hard. I think those tattoos on your hands are really hard.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Uh,
they're pretty fire. I need to get the other hand done as well, but
I see.
yeah.
I believe you also mentioned to me that you've had interactions with John, who's the producer of X during like
Yeah, bro. John Cunningham, bro. What a
Mhm.
guy. What a guy. So yeah, like when X was still alive, John wasn't that well known, I don't think. Like I think only the most hardcore X fans looked into who this guy was. Like we'd see him on videos like playing guitar and stuff.
Yep.
But like I remember he only had a few K followers back then because like he wasn't known in the industry before working with X. I don't know his full story, but I know he studied music and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so I just reached out to John on DMs because he only had a few thousand followers, so he would have seen it, and then he did. So I remember I asked him about. So this was right before Question Mark dropped.
Hmm.
This was around that time period. So I asked him if it was X's best work, and John just replied, "Absolutely." Just one word, absolutely. And
100%.
so for sure. So yeah, but I spoke to him briefly. I spoke to who else I spoke to? Who worked with X? Spoke to Rio Santana a few
Hmm.
times on DMs as well. Just about he told me like probably like 2017. He was telling me like if music's what I want to do, I need to like pursue that and stuff. So
Hmm.
he's super cool. But yeah, well, that was cool for
Hmm.
sure.
A lot of people on this
Very
team are really friendly too.
definitely, man. Like it's cool. Like obviously, most people never get the chance to speak to X, but his team like there's ways to reach them. I feel like if you just be genuine and try. But yeah,
I think 2 weeks ago I reached out to Wi-Fi because I wanted to have Wi-Fi's funeral on this podcast, and
that'd be fire.
he
Yeah,
actually
bro.
messaged me back too, which is crazy.
What did he say? Was he like,
He said he doesn't feel comfortable coming on talking about X, just because that's something
oh,
that's still close to his heart, and he's still grieving from that. Uh, but I did
yeah,
have like I was shocked that because I messaged him. I'm like, yo, like I'd love to have you on this interview. I feel like we could make like a change and actually talk about some cool shit. And then he's like,
Mhm.
yeah, like I just can't do that. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I was
Yeah,
like,
bro.
he messaged me back like a minute later. I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn. Sometimes you don't feel like that pull that you can actually do because we're all just
Yeah,
human. So
that's it, bro. Social media is crazy. Like anyone can view your stuff, like anyone, bro. Like it's crazy, literally. Like, any celebrity, like you can't. There's no limitations to it. Like Ronaldo can view your Instagram story. Like you'll never
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like literally, bro. Like anyone. So yeah, that's awesome. But that makes sense as answer because you can only like imagine the grief and trauma from something like that. Like actually knowing someone who's had that. So
100%. 100%. With relation to Gekyum, have you been seeing what they're posting about Gekyum recently? Because I just saw it like right before this interview.
no, it's,
I just saw that what's it called, there's this people are just continue to like exploit Gekyum. Like they like put Gekyum in like these TikTok videos just to get like thousands of likes on TikTok. Like this whole brand that's around them, not to shed like negativity onto them, but it's just like I feel like it's kind of weird too, because it's like X's son, you know it's gonna get clicks, and he's like
yeah,
literally like 5, 6 years old, and you're
that's
just
it. Like,
in order to like sell clothes and stuff. It's just I don't know.
I feel it because like he's too young to really know what he's doing, right? Like if
Yeah.
he's 5'6", he doesn't really have a choice. Like if you put him in a hoodie, he'll just wear it type thing for the interview. So
I don't know.
yeah, I've always felt like it'd be better for anyone that age shouldn't even be like on the internet. You know what I mean? Like way too young. But obviously, because his father's so like famous and stuff, I understand it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I agree. It's not too healthy, but hopefully, like he'll be okay when he's older. I guess with
I
it.
hope everything's gonna be okay with him. It's just I just saw some stuff on the X Reddit. People were just saying
Yeah,
this like TikToker who just continues to post the same stuff from April like every single day. I looked at his profile and I just see like the same videos of Gekyung being posted. I'm like, why are you posting the same stuff every single day? It's like I
for
don't know,
amusement. And
but
especially because like you can make money through how many views you get. So it is a
100%.
bit wrong, like if he's monetized. Is that someone from the team or just
I
some
think it's
TikToker?
one of Jen's friends.
Oh, so
Yeah,
yeah, it's messy, but the whole situation, like, it's just insane. But it's obviously you can only imagine how hard it would be for them all. So
100%. What's one lesson that you've learned from X?
I think just like really not like I'm still working on this myself, but just genuinely not caring like what people think in a
Mhm.
way, especially with music, because like he like people say separate the art from the artist, like him for him like the art was the artist like the whole time of X, and like even like getting his album name tattooed on his head, like
Yeah.
that's like you can't really beat that. Do you know what I mean? Like real so
Yeah,
it taught me to just really not care. Like I used to care so much because like for me, I used to have artist names because like I'd hide behind them. But I know that's not the same for everyone, but I'd hide that, and now I want to make music under my real name to just be as authentic as I can. So he taught me to just be authentic, not care because people, if you make genuine art, genuine music, people will gravitate towards it and stuff.
yeah. I see.
So
100%.
then I say just not caring, like in terms of like appearance and stuff, just really not caring, just do what you feel like you should do.
That's a good answer. Yeah. So I believe you mentioned to me that you have your new project coming out, and that's titled under
Yeah.
your real name. When's that coming out?
That's on August 22nd. So it's next week, next Thursday,
Next Thursday.
August
Yeah.
22nd. So yeah, I'm so excited for that. Like, so I'll give you like a little backstory. So I used to make music under like artist names, like I said. So I had a song with like 80,000 streams. So I had some songs that did quite well on Spotify, but it wasn't me. It was like I was pretending and like so I remember that my biggest song, it was like someone on the cover art like smoking, and I've never like smoked cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
so it wasn't authentic. So that's why I deleted it because like my goal now is to make music to bring like to spread like a message about God and also mental health and stuff for sure.
Mhm.
Um, so that's why I want to make music that's genuinely me. Like I don't want to put swear words in it and stuff. Like it's not like I
Mhm.
don't swear. Like I swear all the time. Like, but I
Yeah.
don't want to like endorse that. Right? I don't want to because like I'm trying not to do that. So yeah, but like still music. It's like trying to find a balance. Like with DP, it's music that people will really enjoy,
Mhm.
but also with like some religious like symbolism and messages and stuff. So because I don't want to ever like force my beliefs onto people,
Yeah.
but I just want people to perceive them with an open mind, the same way I view everyone's belief as an open mind. So
So with respect to the project that's coming out, what kind of themes are you exploring within that?
yeah, so the project itself, I've got to say the name. It's called Dear Shiloh. So it's got like Shiloh Dynasty samples on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's got ones that like I know there's ones that have been used like thousands of times by now, but I've tried to use like unique ones, like newer ones and stuff, like unique samples.
Hmm.
But themes for me, like love's definitely one, like but more like struggling with love. So I sent you the song, one of the songs, and I like lost love. That was called the
Yep.
first one. There's a song called Searching for Heaven, which is about like religion and stuff as well. But yeah, a little bit of themes about religion, definitely mental health. I talk about like anxiety quite a lot, like issues with people, like abandonment issues, trust issues, like things like that that like I deal with. So it's like a good way to vent my own issues because so many people can relate to that.
Hmm.
So yeah, stuff like that, anxiety, mental health, religion. But there's also songs like because I like making like sadder music, but I also like adding like a theme of hope as well
Hmm.
into it, like a theme of like this is how I deal with things, like this is how you can get through it.
Yep.
So it's different for everyone, but I do like to try and spread a message of like instead of just being like self-loathing all the time.
Hmm.
But I try and make music that also adds like a positive message as well. So
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you make music like that too, people can relate through your own struggles. And even like through what I found too, if you share your struggles openly too, sometimes people will be able to piece together like, hey, you might be struggling because of this reason or that reason, and then they apply that to their own lives. So it's kind of like, because I, even for me too, like when I look at my own self, like it's hard to critique your own self, but it's easy to critique someone else. But if you
yeah,
critique
sure.
someone else and take that for your own self, it kind of like helps in a way. So I feel like
Yeah,
music's an amazing way to do it too when you share that openly on there.
definitely. But I'm not like I'm happy to just talk about whatever because like there's so many important topics. Like I would say mental health, like that's a massive like thing still going on. Like, I know in England, like especially like men's mental health, like it's not spoken about enough at all. So
Mhm.
I definitely like to make music that like young men, young teenagers and stuff can listen to for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
You
it's
could,
good. It's good to share that. Just yeah, it's really good. Like that's why like it's hard to put yourself out there and like it is like a lot of vulnerability, but people will never judge you for doing that, right? Because
mm,
like they'd only accept it. Like you'd be a horrible person to like critique someone for speaking on like their feelings.
yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. I know you guys also had I was watching on Instagram, it was like popping off some English club there. They made like a mental health video. I don't know if you've seen that about
Yeah, I
these
think so. Yeah,
two males
uh,
going to the games every game, and one guy looks,
yeah,
and then it turns out the other guy's actually depressed.
such an important like topic. Like, so I do make a lot of music relating to that, but I feel like it's something genuine that like needs to be spoken about. And like,
Hmm.
I'll only ever make music about my own life. Like, I've never rapped about like things I don't have, like cars and supercars and like
Hmm.
jewelry and stuff. I got like jewelry, but like not expensive jewelry, but like I just think it's such a good topic to speak on because it's just genuine and real. Like
Hmm.
that's what people want with music. They want to know the person making it is like how they're portrayed in the music is how they are because then they can find comfort in the artist. And,
Hmm.
you know.
100%, 100%. Like I know when I was younger too, I kept looking for like I always wanted like a certain type of music, but now that I've got older, I'm kind of like looking at all types of music, and there's so many ways people just like talk about their own experiences or talk about different
Yeah,
ways of life, and just looking at different genres too. There's so much music out there where people just explain their own selves.
for sure. But like as you get older, you understand like as well speaking on this like music that's healthy for you to listen to, because like sometimes music can have a negative impact on your life. You have to like and like it's difficult to speak on, but like what I'm trying to say, like say like certain albums and stuff, like if people listen to them all the time, it will have a negative impact on
Hmm.
your life. So it's when you're older you can understand that and understand like how powerful music is and the
Hmm.
content we consume has a huge impact on us. So I just
Hmm.
want to encourage people like in general with music, like listen to things that are like obviously if you feel sad you want to listen to sad music, that's fine, but listen to things that are like genuinely like helpful. Like like let the sad music help you, don't let it like consume you and just drag you all the way down because there's no like maybe you'll need that at the point in time you're in your life, but
It makes.
genuinely there's no like healthy outcome from that. Because like, I've had that like I used to dabble like I used to listen to like Juice World and stuff,
Hmm.
and then I dabble with certain drugs that like I never would have done if I never listened to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like 19 doing that, so I didn't know any better. But now looking back, I'm like, that's so cringe and like stupid. But
Hmm.
it's true, bro. Like people think, I think when people are young as well, they're so much more likely to do that because they don't see the implications of what they're doing. Like now I look back and I'm like, that's crazy that I used to do that. But
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah,
When you're younger, you're so much more impressionable too. Like you take everything for face value. Like if you see something out there or somebody doing something that you look up to, you'll take that right away. You know, you see a new cool shirt come out, you're like, yeah, I got to get that shirt too because my favorite role model's wearing that. My favorite artist is wearing that. And it's like me too. I would listen to Lil Peep when I was younger and listen to a lot of like very like the more underground X stuff, the really like the sad ones and the depressed ones.
yeah, it's a lot of heavy music. So I cut you off, but
Oh,
yeah,
you're good. You're good. No, I'd put myself in that mind state, you know, and then I'd constantly walk through life looking for those negative things and things to confirmation bias what I'm experiencing. I'm like, yeah, I'm so sad. Oh, like this person said something. This makes me even more sad and this and this. And it's just this
yeah,
spiral. And if you
for
continue to
sure,
feed yourself that, but
for sure. It's like understanding like even the people who made that music, they didn't make it for you to just be sad all the time because of the music. Like they want to make music to make people feel better, right? That's the goal. So
mhm,
yeah,
100%.
but definitely when you're younger, you just like you can let music consume you and stuff. Um, and it's a lot like sometimes like music I used to listen to some stuff like I can't listen to now because my life's changed so much. You
Yeah.
know, I even like people, someone like you said, like his stuff was so like now I listen to that and I feel like so much sympathy for him. Like it's hard to even enjoy it now
Yeah.
because it's like I just wish he got the help like and stuff. But because he was, I understand. Well, I don't understand, but like I can sort of like relate to like issues he had, you know, when he was younger. But
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks, but yeah, like you start listening instead of like when you get older, you feel more sympathy and empathy
Hmm.
towards certain artists rather than just like only relatability, you know. But you can also acknowledge, you can still acknowledge like how talented you are and stuff as well.
Yeah. You make an amazing point.
Yeah, it's like that with so many artists. Like you have so many like young musicians, like Amy Winehouse is a good one as well. Um, People like, who like sing about addiction and stuff like that. And I think the older you get, the more sympathy you feel. Because when you're younger, you just think, oh, like that's cool, but it's like, nah, that ain't cool. Like, do you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
yeah.
100%. What do you listen to now then? Like nowadays? Like what's your like go-to then?
I listen to like I can show you, but like I listen to so much. I started listening to like worship music, which is like interesting with religion. So
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you've ever listened to that, but
I
it's
don't
like
think.
work music. It's like music worshiping like Jesus and stuff like that.
Oh, that kind of
Uh,
stuff.
so, but like my view on that is like it's quite a powerful form of music because like if you make songs about like God and stuff, you can't really top that like in terms of like themes.
Hmm.
There's nothing higher you can go to like you can make a song about like your wife, for example, if you have a wife and then you get divorced, right? Like didn't happen to Chance
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper or something. But yeah,
Maybe.
bro, like you can make a full album about your wife and then get like divorced. So like when you make music about God, it's like there's no higher.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I bet.
That was a terrible example, and like, I do like Chance the Rapper. Like I didn't mean to like
Yeah, yeah.
you know. But yeah, but like I like a lot of that. Like I don't know, like it depends. But like, I still listen to like standard music, but I've grown up and realized like not too much of that. You know, like so if I'm like going to the gym, I like a lot of like Jay-Z and stuff like that. Hype music.
I see.
Yeah.
I really love Brent Faiyaz. I don't know if you've listened to Brent Faiyaz. He's like an
A
R&B
little bit, yeah.
artist. A lot of his themes are really like I wouldn't say they're good. I wouldn't say they're good, but for somebody who's like maybe trying to find themselves, it like helps like to think in that type of way. Because really like
Yeah.
it's extremely egotistical. It's extremely like me against everyone else, but it kind
Yeah.
of like says that it kind of like brings you up in a sense, and then the music's just really like it flows really well. I saw him in person too, and the concert was insane. So for me, it's just like
Nice.
not in like a spiritual sense. Like I know in spirituality, you're constantly trying to grow yourself, constantly trying to evolve yourself. But through his music, for me at least, I've been able to grow myself. I've been able to find myself, and I
Yeah.
apply everything he talks about. Like I don't have like 30 girls on the side, you know. I don't like
Yeah.
one girl to do this, one girl to do that. But it's like kind of like Future's music, but in like a R&B standpoint with like a huge step down. So
Yeah. It's all about balance. Like you can take some things, but not. take everything, right? And it's a lot of like famous people are like that. Like you can take just because you support someone doesn't mean you follow everything they do, or
Hmm.
so it's all balanced. But that's
Yeah.
really good for you, though. I think what you're speaking on there, like it sounds like you're talking about like self worth as well, and
Hmm.
the way you view yourself. That's so important. And if music can help with that, then absolutely like do that. Such an important thing.
Even with like X too, and like people saying that if you listen to X, you're like you beat women, and it's like you disrespect women or you just
Uh,
due to the things in the past that's been documented.
yeah, of course.
I feel like someone that does listen to X could purely just listen to a few different songs of his and be totally unrecognizable to the fact that he did those things in his life.
Yeah, exactly. And there will be people like that when you have that reach. There will be. There's loads of people like that. So,
100%. It's just like differentiating it too. I know you say like it's hard to differentiate the art between the artists, or for X, for example, you can't really
mhm.
differentiate do it because he just encapsulated what his art was. Uh, but even though I feel like you can just take some of it for what it is and for how it
Yeah,
makes you feel in that moment in time, especially like his newer stuff that was put out, like the question mark and then like the skins and stuff.
yeah, for sure. Like you can just enjoy it at face value, or like that's the thing with music. Like it's up to you how you interpret it. Like
Hmm.
even with lyrics and stuff. Like it's as a viewer, like you can do what you want with like records and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's like years ago. That's just reminded me. You seen Straight Outta Compton, right?
See what?
Straight Outta Compton,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
film. Yeah, so there's a clip in that where people like there was a lot of outrage when NWA came out. That
Mhm.
happened, and there's people like would buy the records and then like destroy the records just as
Mm.
like a political statement. And they say in the film like it doesn't matter as long as people buy the record, like they can do what they want with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like kind of that, like that's what it's like with music. Like it's as the listener, the consumer, like it's purely like up to you what you do with it and what you take from it and
Hmm.
stuff. So I think everyone should just be like open minded. Like I don't think you should like just because someone did bad things, you should just like never listen to their music and stuff because I think that's quite like you're only letting yourself down there in a way. You know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
think just enjoy it at face value. But anyone who thinks like you support an artist who did something, it means you do the same. It's like that's insane. Like that's just
Yeah.
such a reach. And it's like it's quite unfair to say that. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Like I was with my girl, I think a few weeks ago, and we were just driving, and I ran out of songs because currently I'm on my trap phone. I have like an iPhone 5, and I only get like Apple Music on there, and it deletes all my playlists, so I have to like search a song. It's super time consuming, but I ran out of songs to play, and I was thinking of good songs to play, so I put on like a Chris Brown song, like it's like a 2000 like five Chris Brown. I don't know. It's just like this like
Yeah,
party.
like
Like it's like
prime Chris Brown.
yeah, and then we're listening to it, and we're like a minute into the song, and she's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like Chris Brown," and she's just like, "There's no way we're listening to Chris Brown." I'm like, "Yo, just for one sec, just you're feeling
That's crazy.
music's making you feel good. That's all that matters. Like, let's not think about
Yeah.
everything that he did. He also, everyone still goes to his concerts. It's not like he got fully canceled, but it's like, yes, he
Yeah.
did bad things in his life, but you're still enjoying yourself to this music. Like, come on, man." So. That's just how I
Yeah.
felt at that moment, but
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, it's like exactly like everyone does bad stuff. Obviously, most people don't do stuff like that. But like it is what it is. People do grow, people do change, and I know not everything is can be forgiven and stuff. I get that, but for sure.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
like in cases like that, I think you can separate the art from the artist. But
mhm.
it is down to like the specific artist and like how bad things have done. Like say like R. Kelly, like there's no separating there. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hell no,
There is no.
nah, but like he's not. If he gets played on the Orcs, like I'm out the car. Like later, bro. I'm off, bro. Like what? Yeah. Like you believe you can fly? I believe I can walk home, bro. Like I'm off. I'm out. I'm out the whip.
That is so good.
Yeah, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, like there's certain artists where you're like, nah, like this
No,
isn't it. Yeah,
there is that. R. Kelly I was gonna bring up too. You're totally right about that. You're right about
yeah.
There's no
Like
evolving there, no growth there. It's just the
yeah, like washed, like gone. Like
nah.
you can't even. I can't even listen to that. I'm like, nah. Like doesn't matter how good the music is.
No, it ain't there. I just to wrap up this interview, what's one message you want to leave to anyone that's still watching the video or any of your supporters that are watching this video currently?
Probably just like a message for like, because I feel like you've got like a younger audience as well.
Mhm.
Imagine the type of videos you do as well. So
Yeah.
probably just a message of like, I know it's harder when you're younger, but always try and make the right choices, because I've learned that the harder way, like with my life and stuff. But yeah, always like, if you can, try and think, like, don't act on emotion as well, and always try and make the right choices. So if you're dealing with things like, I'd recommend exercise to everyone, like sports, huge, like for your life when you're dealing with problems. Can't like recommend that enough. Books as well, but yeah, just try and make the right decisions, bro. It's like, and I know that might be like such a basic answer, but it's so important. And like,
Mhm.
it's
No,
true. Like the decisions you make, the choices you make, literally determine your life. So there's no, undeniably. So yeah, try and make the right choices for sure.
100%. The choices that you make currently are gonna build up to the future and who you're gonna be in the future. So it just starts at day
So
one. Day one's now. So
yeah. And sometimes we do have to make the wrong choice to learn. Like obviously that's how mistakes work and stuff. Like, I get that. And you won't always make the right choice. Like that's life. But yeah, try to like in a way, and like even with people, like be very like smart before like you do certain things, like think things through properly and stuff for sure. Yeah.
100%. So I really like to thank you today, Callum, for coming out and doing this interview today, taking time out of your
No
busy day
worries,
to
bro.
do this.
I appreciate it, but thank you for having me on. Like, it's a great opportunity. Like, I'm hella excited. Can't wait for the EP to drop. People to listen to that. Like, it's gonna be really interesting.
100%.
Yeah, man, been awesome. I can't wait to carry on following the channel and stuff, see the growth. So
Yeah, let's go.
yeah,
So the EP drops on this Thursday, August 22nd. So
yeah,
the links will be in the description below. You'll see Callum's social there. You'll see the Discord as well as we'll update his EP on Thursday for the drop dates on that and like the link on it.
nice. Bro. Appreciate
Um,
that.
so I
Yeah,
really appreciate you guys watching the video today. Thank you and have a good
yeah.
rest of your day. Take care.
Peace out, guys.